Albert Camus believed that life has no inherent meaning, and yet he insisted that we must live, and live morally. Associated with absurdism, Camus argued that existence possesses no predetermined purpose. However, he did not believe that this realization should lead a person toward nihilism. To recognize the absurdity of life does not mean to renounce it. On the contrary, much of Camus's work is devoted to confronting the absurd directly. It is, in a sense, a ray of sunlight piercing nihilistic darkness. Dostoevsky once wrote that God must exist, for without him everything would be permitted. Camus, by contrast, claimed that the sky is empty, and that human beings must therefore become the guardians and judges of their own morality. Despite the absurd condition of existence, each individual is compelled to choose life and to place it within moral boundaries. Among the many philosophical problems, Camus singled out one as fundamental: suicide. To decide whether life is worth living to its very end is, for him, to answer the central question of philosophy itself. Choosing to continue living inevitably implies a confrontation with meaning, and it is precisely here that the true difficulty arises. The restless search for life's meaning has given rise to countless religious and philosophical traditions. According to Camus, the human aim is confined to two seemingly simple demands: one must live, and one must attain happiness. The pursuit of happiness thus becomes the very reason a person resolves the existential problem in favor of life. As Camus writes in A Happy Death, the most sincere human impulse is the desire to be happy. Yet what is happiness? For Camus, happiness is not something acquired from the outside world. It already exists within each of us. Circumstances merely awaken its discovery. Happiness is deeply individual. Some find it in the presence of loved ones, others in solitude beneath the moonlight, and some even at the summit of a mountain, pushing a stone upward against gravity itself. To reach happiness is to attain the highest peak available to human existence. Once this summit is reached, the length of one's life loses its decisive importance. Whether one lives for many years or only a few days becomes secondary, because in achieving happiness, one has already justified the decision to live life to its end. In doing so, one fulfills the most fundamental human obligation, not merely to live, but to live consciously and happily.